Hi everybody, this is Carl with Music Records. Today I want to talk to you about the DJI SPARK and is it still worth buying in 2020? Now I've had this for a couple of years now. This is actually my second DJI SPARK. The first one I flew into a pool. Now if you're new to buying a drone, first of all I'll tell you a couple of tips and tricks and things you should and shouldn't do because I have learned the hard way. And then secondly I'll tell you, is it worth still buying this? Now, obviously, as you may know, the DJI Mavic Mini is now out, and they are pretty much the same price. I think you will still struggle to find the DJI SPARK in stores, but you can still buy them online, anywhere ranging from $400 Australian to $800. Now, the only one advantage, or maybe two advantages, I could say as to why you would still buy this is the build quality. Now this thing I have crashed multiple times. Luckily most time onto sand or grass, but even sometimes hard objects, and it still fares the grunt of the impact. Now if you are going to break anything, it is going to be these propellers. Now look, if you do buy a drone, buy a whole bunch of them because you're definitely going to need them. Secondly, if you still are buying the SPARK, they come in a combo, the Fly More combo, or just by itself. Now, I would definitely recommend buying the controller. It gives you so much extra control, so much extra distance. Really, I wouldn't have it any other way. Otherwise, you're just controlling with your phone. Now, the DJI Mavic Mini does 2.7K, whereas this still only does 1080. Now, as a filmmaker myself, I still very rarely use 4K videos, or 2.7K videos for that matter. A lot of the time I'm still filming in 1080, as a lot of the stuff I do work for is for Facebook and for YouTube and, for watching on your phone. Now, if that's the case, you maybe see one of these secondhand online and it is a good buy. They are still pretty small. The only real difference is the legs don't fold up. But that being said, is the legs on here are very strong. Now the other thing, the difference is there is 50 grams difference in weight. Now it's not a lot of difference, but that's the difference between legally being able to fly in some countries and not. When you are launching, and I'm sure this goes for all the drones, when you're launching your drone, make sure the number of satellites is over 10, or actually make sure it's in the green zone. So you'll have a little bar on your meter when you're about to fly this thing. And you want it to set the home location point before you take off. I cannot stress this enough. And another thing, never fly this drone from beside a pool. Right? Because sometimes when it comes back to the home location, it's not 100% accurate. It's about 99% accurate, but not 100. And that can be the difference between this falling in a pool or a body of water. So make sure you stand somewhere else. Maybe you don't have enough room in this location where you're shooting. For example, where I was shooting, the veranda covered the entire backyard except for the pool. And so I thought I had no option but to fly it off the edge of the pool. Now what I should have done is walked outside, lifted from there, flown over the house, and then come back to outside and been safe. But you learn from your mistakes. Other than that, I really can't rate this drone highly enough. I've used it for lots of music videos. I've used it for my travel vlogs. Actually, I've used it for pretty much everything, making corporate videos. It is really handy. But yeah, I gotta say, if I was presented with the option of buying the Mavic Mini or buying the SPARK, I would have to choose the Mavic Mini. But it's still a great drone. If you can manage to get a cheap one secondhand, I think it's great. Anyway, you make up your own mind. And happy flying, guys. Peace out.